More than 1,000 years ago, in the ancient Mayan civilization, across the Mesoamerican region, there was a ball game like no other. POK TA POK. Thought to be only a part of history, this ancient Mayan ball game lives on in Belize through the young men of Ek Balam or Black Joggers in Yo Creek village, where the past meets the present.
It's a game played by our ancestors long, long ago, before 1492. And we have proof of it because we have the ball courts at Lamanay, we have them at Xunantunich, Cajalpech, different Mayan sites. We have the ball court where this game was played by my ancestors, the Mayas.
Equipped with only a piece of traditional clothing around their waists, their determination to best their opponents, and the knowledge of the game, these warriors in ancient times are cleansed by a Mayan priest who also honors the four corners, the heavens, the gods, and Mother Nature. In the time of ancient Mayan centers like Pacbetun and Xunantunich, POK TA POK was a ball game used to settle disputes among warring groups, resulting in certain death.
Some history book says that it's the captain of the winning team. Others say it's the losing team. But most probably we believe it's the captain of the winning team. And you would say nobody would want to play this game or nobody would want to win because they know that they will be offered as a sacrifice. But at that time it was an honor to be offered as a sacrifice to the gods.
Fortunately for these players, changing times came with changing practices and beliefs. The most they would suffer would be a bruised ego if they lose, or bruises to the abdomen or even broken ribs if they miss the ball with their hips. Weighing almost 8 pounds, the ball is made of pure rubber.
And so it is very, very challenging to work with a ball because if this hits your rib, it could damage your ribs, right, and other organs inside. So we try to keep it within the hip area, no? So that's one of the biggest challenges of this game, no? You have to be in good conditions too to go down and come up quickly so you could defend your side of the court, no?
The players of each team are allowed to hit the ball with their hips once, hoping their opponents commit a fault in order to gain points.
The rules of the game is that you can only hit the ball with your hips, this part here. If you touch it with any other part of the body, then you lose points, and the points that you lose is given to the next team because in those times they might used to add, subtract and add points according to the record. No? If the ball touches your hand, then you lose a point, or chest or back, you lose 1 point, that's given to the next team. If the ball touches your leg, then you lose 2 points, it's given to the next team. And if you press the ball with your buttocks on the ground, then that's the worst foul that you can commit. You lose 3 points, and it's given to the next team. Also, you make points by passing the ball across the backcourt of the next team. Then you get 5 points. It's called a raya, and that's how we can add the points. And at the end of the game, you know who is the winner.
Each team has 4 players. The game is played in 2 rounds of 20 minutes each. At the end of the game, the winner is announced and no one dies. Usually after matches, the players are also tasked in getting the ball through the hoop using their hips only. Dieter Novella is the captain of Ek Balam, as signified by the markings on his face.
Timing is very essential because sometimes when you don't time the ball properly, it can hit you like very bad. Sometimes it could hit your hips, sometimes it hits your legs, and then it stays all marked up and it is very painful. So I guess timing is one of the most difficult things.
Before any match, what do you tell yourself? How do you become mentally prepared?
Well, I guess I just say I want to be the best. I've trained so hard for this, and we've been through a lot of struggles as a team, and I've tried very hard for this, and I don't want to end up like a loser or anything, so I try to give my best at all times.
For Ek Balam, their journey began 3 years ago. In 2015, that journey led them to Chichen Itza, Mexico, to compete in the first of its kind Mundo Maya POK TA POK competition. With only 2 months of training, the group placed 3rd. Ek Balam later traveled to Teotihuacan, Mexico, where they bested their home team. In 2017, Ekbalam defeated all the Mundo Maya teams in the second annual POK TA POK World Cup tournament in Guatemala.
It was very challenging because at that time we only had, I think it was 6 players we took, and one of them got hurt. And then we only stayed up with 5 players, 4 of them in the field, and 1 of them just for a change. So that was very difficult for us because the other teams, especially, they had quite an amount of players and they had 2 teams. Belize only took 1 team.
Some people thought that I was crazy, but then crazy people do interesting things. Whenever you have a passion for something, you really want something, the universe will conspire with you to make it happen. The seed has been planted, it is growing, it is flowering. In Yokrek we have 2 teams, and I am so proud of the 2 teams. So right now, Ekbalam is the champion of the Mundo Maya in POK TA POK.
Ekbalam will defend its title at the 3rd annual POK TA POK World Cup in El Salvador in 2019. Reporting for News 5, Hipólito Novello.